let's talk about squash. They are sometimes difficult to really get into. Look at that danger zone. Danger. Take a wooden mallet and just tap all along the knife. And woo-woo! Ta-da! As easy as that. It does take a little bit longer, but it ensures that you don't hurt yourself. Just take your spaghetti squash and scrape out the insides, just like a pumpkin, like you used to do as a kid. And you see how stringy it is? That is what's gonna happen once this whole guy is cooked. He's going to turn into little ribbons that look exactly like pasta. Now you just wanna roast them, so you're gonna drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil. A little oil. Flip them over. Whew. Give it a little spin. And that's going to get the oil rubbed all over it on the inside and on the edges. The oil helps it not stick to the pan. It also adds a nice flavor. Season it with salt and pepper. Flip over again. Where there's that nice little hole where we took out the seeds, that's going to steam. So this guy is going to get caramelized around the edges and nice and soft in the center. Now spaghetti squash is good. It has a really nice subtle flavor. However, I always make something to toss my spaghetti squash in. Today that's going to be pecan and parsley pesto. All right, garlic. Garlic is always in pesto. However, sometimes raw garlic gets intense. If I made my pesto with only raw garlic, it would be overwhelming and you wouldn't end up tasting any of the sweetness of the spaghetti squash. So we're gonna roast off our garlic. So, piece of aluminum foil, down, a little drizzle of olive oil, a little drizzle of olive oil, a little salt, a little pepper. Now, these guys get flipped. That's gonna allow it to caramelize. And then I just fold, put them in a little sleeping bag of aluminum foil. These go onto the same sheet as our spaghetti squash, and all of this goes into a 375-degree oven for about 35 to 40 minutes until they are nice and tender and caramelized. Today I am making my Kentucky pesto. Kentucky pesto is my take using ingredients that we find a lot in the South. So I have pecans in place of pine nuts, and I'm using parsley in place of traditional basil. All right, garlic. So we just pop that skin. Pesto always has garlic in it. So 1 clove of raw garlic into my food processor. I'm not chopping it up because this blade will do all the work, and my hands are not gonna smell like garlic. I also have this roasted garlic. I just cut the heads off 2 garlics, drizzle them with oil and salt and pepper, threw them into the oven, and they have roasted. So these guys are nice and caramelized and golden. When you squeeze this guy, he should come right out. This is gonna add a roasted garlic flavor that's gonna be sweeter than the raw garlic. Today we are using pecans, about a half a cup. These have been toasted just to bring out the flavors. I pop on the top, and I'm gonna pulse that for a second. Woo! That already smells awesome, already. Okay, I'm gonna use about a half a bunch of parsley, and I'm going all in with it, even stems. Parsley is really high in vitamin K, it's high in vitamin A. It's so bright tasting. About a half a teaspoon of salt. Turn this guy on, and drizzle in about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. We're gonna add in Asiago cheese. This is just a hard grating cheese. You could use Parmesan, about a 1/4 cup. And the juice of 1 lemon. This is gonna brighten it right up. You wanna add the acid at the end so it doesn't turn your parsley brown. And now you just pull. By nature, spaghetti squash wants to look like little noodles. So, we're just gonna put in about a half a cup of this pesto into our spaghetti squash. I like to have a little extra of this in my refrigerator. It goes great on pasta. It is awesome on sandwiches, delicious on baked chicken. You can put it on a pizza. Toss it to your bun. I'm gonna do it with a fork so we don't beat up our squash. Look at this guy. The spaghetti squash itself is nice and sweet smelling, and then the parsley is really bright and aromatic. It ends up being beautiful and delicious and good for you.